Rutgers has been Rutgers' ace this year and makes her third start of the weekend. Sarah Clinton stands in to lead off for Drexel, and we are underway with strike number 1. Rutgers 20-10, their best start under Kristen Butler, the fourth-year head coach, but been a good season for Drexel so far. They're 8-5, and they've won 7 in a row. And they have the best offense in the Colonial. And Vickers quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Look at the lineup after Clinton, the right fielder. Jackie Missoni, the shortstop, bats second. She has had a great year so far as a freshman. Christy DeMeo, the anchor of this team, is the first baseman, batting third. Ashley Errico, the second baseman, bats cleanup. This one's guided into left field and down for a base hit. A little poke by Clinton, and the Dragons start off.
Now batting the shortstop.
Take a look at the rest of the lineup for Drexel. Megan Trival-Peace, the left fielder, bats 5th, and the catcher, Savannah Garcia, bats 6th. In the 7th hole, it's Mia Garza, the third baseman, and the DP, Maddie Capsamalis, is in the 8th spot, and Grace Abanizio is the center fielder, batting 9th.
I'm curious how Vickers responds after that first hit. Just the first hit, just the first at-bat. She is coming off that no-hitter earlier in the week. I'm curious how she responds after letting that one go.
Here's Jackie Missoni, and she caught a piece of that on the bunt attempt, so that's strike 1. Well, the hit there for Clinton, something that is few and far between this week for opposing batters against Vickers. It's just the 3rd hit she's allowed in 12 innings pitched. But again, Drexel's got a good lineup. They hit nearly 300 as a group, 293. And the offense is a big reason why they've won these 7 straight.
First and third base really close in. You're seeing some bunt fakes, some bunt attempts possibly. First base and third base is really closing in on that possible situation.
Adson Cavage at third, Megan Herka at first. And we'll check the rest of the defense after this 1-1 coming from Vickers. And it's off the plate for ball 2. The rest of the infields in the middle, the shortstop Kylie Sand, the second baseman Maddie Lawson. It's Katie Wingert doing the catching. In the outfield left to right, Gabby Calloway, Taylor Fawcett, and Leilani Chavez. So Vickers behind 2 balls and a strike against Missoni. As this one smacked shallow center, coming in is Fawcett. She'll make the grab for out number 1.
So after giving up the hit, a quick pop out, you still have the runner on first base, but one quick response there gets her back in her mojo a bit little earlier on here. We'll see how she responds the rest of the way forward. It's just what's really intriguing, Dom, the way they start this inning. I'm really curious how they start to go in the offensive column once it returns.
And a strike 1 to Christy DeMeo, who is the big bopper for Drexel. Their leader. Those numbers are not too shabby, and it's not a small sample size either for Christy DeMeo.
Not at all. 500 average, 10 ribbies. No home runs, but still gets the runs in when needed.
Yeah, it's 18 for 36 so far for DeMeo, and she's got to count out a ball and a strike. Well, something to keep in mind here as we see the heart of Drexel's order come up to the plate for the first time this afternoon. Wind is blowing out to left field. As that comes inside, runner breaks for second. The throw, was there a tag? Yes, there was. How did Kylie Sand sneak the mitt onto Sarah Clinton's helmet? Good shoot by Wingert, 2 gone.
Absolutely. I definitely want to see a replay on that one for sure. And some of the Drexel folks in front of us were not too thrilled about that. Let's watch it one more time. Great throw, great catch. Kind of tough there from that angle, but apparently she did get it on the tip of the hat, the helmet. If so, hey, it's called in her favor, and regardless, that's a phenomenal play.
Now 2 outs. This one back Sand up in the hole, and she uses the laser to get DeMeo down the line. And it works out to be a 1-2-3 top of the first for Jaden Vickers.
She goes out today.
Kylie Sand leads off for Rutgers as we'll take a look at the Scarlet Knights lineup. It's Sand, the shortstop, then Peyton Linkavage, the third baseman, batting second. Gabby Calloway, the left fielder, bats third. Maddie Lawson, the freshman second baseman, bats cleanup. In the 5 spot, it's Taylor Fawcett, the center fielder. Kayla Bach is the DP, batting 6th. Katie Wingert is the catcher, batting 7th. First baseman Megan Herka bats 8th, and in the 9 hole, it's Leilani Chavez, the right fielder.
Those numbers, 375, a home run, 18 ribbies. Predominant stuff, and a player you can rely on consistently with those numbers.
And Sand is in a hole, a ball, and 2 strikes. It has been a ridiculous weekend for Sand. 5 games, batting .625, 10 for 16.
Wow.
She doesn't strike out much, and she puts this one in play. Backs up Erico. The throw to first. It's bang, bang, but Sand is out.
Close play there. Nonetheless, she is out indeed. 1 out already in the bottom of the first. But Dom, just in general, this offense has been red hot the past weekend, offensively today.
Here's Linkavage. That's off the plate for ball 1. Yeah, Alex, as a group, this Rutgers team is batting .430 on the weekend.
Wow.
Averaging 8 runs a game. I mean, there have been some big numbers. Hung 16 on Maryland Eastern Shore in the first game of this tournament back on Thursday. And so what we're seeing with Big Ten play for Rutgers, just a week away. Conference play also a week away for Drexel.
Absolutely.
We're seeing these two teams peak at the right time.
Absolutely. And again, this game is crucial for both teams to see a preview of how they can face up against Big Ten opponents. For Rutgers, it's Minnesota. For Drexel in their conference, you know, we'll see how it plays out for both teams. But for Rutgers specifically, with how hot they've been and how strong they've started this year, especially this past weekend, it's going to be really, really important to transition the offense you've had to begin with all season long into Big Ten play where it really matters the most there.
2-1 against Linkavage, taking all the way, and the count evens up at 2-2.
And her numbers too: 315, 2 home runs, 14 ribbies. I mean, every player, pretty much every player in this lineup is productive, cool, calm, collective, and someone you can rely on the spot.
And pokes the breaking ball right over to first. That's where DeMeo is stationed, and a couple of groundouts so far for Lindsey Nelson, handling the top of this Rutgers order.
Callaway coming off a walk-off hit recently this past week, and we'll see what she can do again in this game. And Dom, we mentioned several times, this is the final game of the Rutgers softball tournament. Look at those numbers: 373, 4 home runs, 28 RBIs. Left fielder, phenomenal stuff offensively. Her defense is also great too.
Nelson does a nice job once again getting ahead. 0-2. Yeah, the walk-off hit for Callaway was yesterday in that game against Holy Cross, an 8-0 Rutgers win in 5 innings. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Well, it's a 1-2-3, bottom of the first for Lindsey Nelson. Rutgers and Drexel exchange 0-2. What a season it has been. What a resilient year it's been for the junior. We showed you the numbers, ERA in the 2s, averaging a strikeout, better than a strikeout per inning after a year last year where she just could not find a groove. She's been in a groove so far in non-conference action as she starts off Ashley Erico with ball 1. I mean, everything's been working for Vickers so far. 4th in the Big Ten, 108 strikeouts.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you mentioned that tough year last year. It's a great way to rebound. And if she keeps it up, she could be a good nominee for Comeback Player of the Year.
Well, that's what Kristen Butler, the Rutgers coach, called this group before the year. Said, we're going to be the comeback kids. Last year, Rutgers 8 wins in an all Big Ten slate, and the goal was to rinse that once they got to May and get ready for this year. And, well, so far, mission accomplished. Erico pops this up. Wingert ditches the mask and makes the grab. Nicely done there by Wingert, battling the wind and the fence. That's out number 1.
You mentioned that comeback hit narrative, and again, 8 wins in Big Ten play. It's not the best, but the true test when it comes to Big Ten play, again, happens this weekend upcoming, this Friday, the weekend of the 25th to the 27th against Minnesota. Dom, if they truly want to be those comeback kids and rinse away that 8-win season in Big Ten Conference, could be something different this year. Let's see what happens. And a start could be against Minnesota this weekend.
Yeah. Drexel will have a tough start, too. They'll take on the College of Charleston next weekend. Here's Megan Trival-Peace, left fielder. Memorable moment for her yesterday in the first of the 2 Drexel games here this weekend. As she smacks this to center field, that's going to end up inside the infield, and Sand will make the catch for out number 2. Well, I say memorable for Trival-Peace because she had the walk-off walk for the comeback win over Stony Brook yesterday. Drexel came back to win with a 3-run 7th and took it 5-4. An inning where Drexel had no hits, 2 errors against Stony Brook, and drew 4 walks
to win the game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Too quickly gone here, Savannah Garcia, and she fouls this off.
You can't make up those stats any day of the week.
No, the rally for Drexel was on a pass ball, an error, and the bases loaded walk. That's how those 3 7th-inning runs scored. But hey, it's all added up to a red-hot Dragon team that is trying to ride into CAA play on a roll. Oh, Garcia's turned the bat around, one of a couple players who have had a nice week or two, batting almost .350 over her last 8 games, and she takes that to make it 1-1. Vickers kicks and deals and misses the fastball way upstairs.
Lady Cabbage again, really, close in there, moving in. Possible, bunt situation, bunt threat. She's really moving in there and really close.
Now what does Vickers do here? 2-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball led her high, and it's 2-2.
Great way to come back on that. You're down 2-1 in the count. Go with a fastball. Get right back in it. 2-2, 2-2s all across the board here, Dom. In the second inning.
There you go. Deuce is wild. Vickers looking for the put away. That's grounded deep in the hole at second. Lawson to her right makes the play. And it's another 1-2-3 for Vickers in the circle. Well, the pitcher's reigning supreme so far in this ballgame. Combined hit in 3 trips to the plate so far for these two teams.
And the hit belongs to Drexel, by the way.
Yeah, it was a leadoff hit by Sarah Clinton that started the ballgame off.
Who eventually got tagged out of a pretty controversial call. Maybe she nicked her, maybe she didn't. Anyway, the call was made.
It was a caught stealing of Clinton at second. A bang-bang play, a tag that may or may not have actually been applied. Now, ball and a strike to Maddie Lawson, the 2-time Big Ten Freshman of the Week. And she stares at the breaking ball. There's a little ephus action there from Nelson, but it missed the zone, 2-1.
Drexel folks like that one there.
I'll go from 60s to 40s, maybe. That's a big difference, but Lawson didn't bite, and now it's 2-2. Nelson kicks and deals, and missed upstairs. It's a full count.
What I'm noticing about Lawson, her stance is pretty tight. Some batters in general, they'll have a wide stance, they'll have someone in mid stance. Her stance is kind of tight here.
She pulls this right over to third, and the catch there by Garza, and that is out number 1. For Drexel, they played a doubleheader at Coppin State, won both, but gave up 4 runs in 2 innings of work. Ended up getting a no decision in a 7-5 win, but going into that game, a 2.58 ERA. That's the Drexel team that's got 4 pitchers, and they've all been pretty good this year.
Yeah, definitely indeed. And again, the way she's starting thus far, about an inning and 1 inning and 1/3 in, just that ERA will be ticking down and down and down if she keeps it going.
2-ball count against the junior Taylor Fawcett. Now she tips this one foul. Almost clipped one of her teammates standing in front of the dugout.
I hear that scream from a mile away.
Got to pay attention. Fawcett, another Scarlet Knight, having a nice week as she smacks this to left center. Coming on is Abenizio. She made the play. Oh, nicely done. The center fielder's got range.
That's a phenomenal catch. What a way to stretch out for it. Looked like it was about to drop, but no. A surprise, a great catch, diving out for it, showing off the glove power.
Pick me up for Nelson from Grace Abenizio as Kayla Bach fouls this off for strike 1. It looked like Fawcett got under it, hung up just long enough for Abenizio to get over there. And Nelson not playing around. I think she's gotten ahead of 5 of the 6 Rutgers hitters so far. Fell behind on Fawcett.
Right.
But working herself into another good count, 0-2.
And again, for an offensive team like Rutgers, quiet within right now, it's tough.
Bach lays off the high stuff, ball 1. Rutgers offense that is vastly improved from last year.
Absolutely.
82 points better on the batting average. As Bach takes that off the left thigh.
It's the first base runner she's allowed on today.
Yeah.
Right. Nothing crazy. I'm fine. It's a softball for a reason, I guess.
It's not soft.
No, I know.
That's for sure.
But the way she reacted, like, all right, give me a hit on the leg. I'll take first base. Let's get something started.
Strike 1 pitch to Wingert. Ooh, just caught the zone, 0-2. Not a bad spot to live for Nelson at the knees. 3 straight games with a hit for Wingert. Back and healthy this year after missing more than a full season with injury. And she lays off that 1-2. Pitch. Oh, it just missed.
Wow.
The wind started blowing Drexel's infield towards their dugout. Nelson was taking a couple of steps as well. You'll see it here.
It's a great job framing that, too, but it wasn't enough to get the call in their favor.
You can see Garcia guided back over the plate. A Wingert trying to take advantage. It's a fair ball down the line. Bach heading for third. She'll get there in time, and Wingert follows up to second. A third double of the season for Katie Wingert. And now, big early spot for Megan Herka in a situation where Lindsey Nelson's been dealing so far. Miss low, ball 1. Herka getting the start at first base here in this final game of the weekend tournament. And she floats this over to short. Missoni comes in, makes the easy grab, and Lindsey Nelson into and out of 2-out issues. Well, start of the 3rd inning here at the Rutgers softball complex. This one blasted. First pitch, left field, bye-bye. Solo shot to start off the top of the 3rd inning. Mia Garza finding the jet stream to left field.
Drexel with a 1-0 lead.
First pitch, what a way to start the top of the 3rd. Dom, the wind just impacted us for a second, but we're okay. And overall, I'd say a strike, a great shot, a great way to go ahead. Lindsey Nelson doing the job defensively. Drexel right there getting on the board and backing her up.
Take a look at the pitch spot.
In the wheelhouse.
Yep, high, tight. Garza kept the hands in, turned on it, bye-bye. And first pitch is a strike to Maddie Capsamales.
It's getting more windier and windier. I tell you, it was windier than before today. 2 games I covered between Holy Cross and Stony Brook and Holy Cross and St. Peter's. It was pretty windy. This has gone to the highest extreme, I would say, thus far this afternoon.
Yeah, the wind's sitting at 15 miles an hour or so. And again, you put a ball in the air to left field, you're going to have a chance. But even with the wind, Garza got a real good piece
Absolutely.
of that. And now it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count against Capsamales. How can Vickers try to bounce back?
Well, we'll see. I mean, again, she gave up the home run. The question is, can she just keep her cool? She knows she has great stuff. She's been dominant all year long. A comeback season, I guess you can say, thus far. Again, just gave up the 1 home run, but it's still early. And the question is not just her. How is the offense going to impact against Lindsey Nelson?
1-2. Swing and a miss. Off-speed stuff there from Vickers for her first strikeout of the afternoon.
And that's a great way to bounce back. You give up the home run, but you get a strikeout right afterwards. Got to keep that going the rest of the way.
That'll bring up the 9-hitter, Grace Abenizio. Well, it's remarkable so far what Drexel's been able to do because, again, in the 2 games that Vickers has pitched, wins over Maryland Eastern Shore and St. Peter's, just 1 hit allowed.
Yeah.
Been able to get 2, including, of course, the big blast off of her in 2+ innings.
And keep in mind, this is a pitcher that had a no-hitter 4 days ago? Thursday, 3-4 days ago, you can say. And again, Drexel, their defense is definitely impacting Rutgers' offensive momentum 2 innings in. But 1 crack at a bat like that, hey, she's rebounding quickly and really strongly earlier. After that, she had a big strikeout after giving up the home run, and she's pretty deep here with a 1-2 count right now. She's a pitcher that, again, she makes 1 mistake, she makes 1 issue here, she'll rebound quickly. And she'll realize that she's able to do that, and she's able to keep her team in it and alive after realizing the mistake she made.
1-2. And skies this out to left field. Callaway back. It's over her head all the way to the wall. Abenizio stops at second with the stand-up double.
That's a great play. Again, reading Vickers. Vickers trying to get back on her cool. That ruins the cool right there. And Abenizio, who had a great defensive play earlier on, shoots 1 right in the gap and puts Drexel in scoring position once again.
And if you look at the path of the ball, too, you can see the wind just take it. So 2 extra base hits on the inning for Drexel. And now back to the top of the order for Sarah Clinton, who singled her first time up, starting off the ball game.
Also got tagged out with that pretty controversial tag there by second base by Sand.
And Clinton was knocked off the base paths with a caught stealing. Swing and a miss. That's a 2-strike count. Oh, pardon me, a 1-1 count. Drexel looking for more here in the top of the 3rd as that one dots the outside corner, and now it's a 2-strike count.
Well, let's see how she reacts. She has to protect a plate. She has a runner in scoring position. This is a grand opportunity for Drexel to take full advantage of Vickers right now. You made it give up the home run. Get a base hit even farther than that. Could be dangerous early at the expense of Rutgers. Then doing a little shake and bake there before she gets in the back in the batter's box.
This one nubs back to Vickers. A look at second and the throw to first, and nice heads-up play there by Vickers, looking back at Abenizio before making the play.
Great awareness, absolutely, making sure she don't steal and take third base, and also getting that dribbler right back to her. Able to pick it up, sling it over to first base, and keep things really back in control to a certain extent. She did give up that double, but right after that, she's able to rebound, get that out. A big second out, and let's see if she can do 1 more to get out of this jam.
Yeah, she'll have to try to get through Jackie Masoni, who flew out to center her first time. Pitch. That's inside.
And again, if she gets out of this, right, she gets out of it, she retires the side here. You're only walking out of this inning with 1 run allowed. Nelson's had a good start, but we know how capable this Rutgers offense is. So even though it's a 1-run game, there's still plenty of time.
And this one off the plate this time. Vickers falls behind 2-0. If you're Drexel, you want to capitalize.
Absolutely.
Like Alex said, you don't know how many of these chances you're going to get. We saw St. Peter's jump on Rutgers a little bit on Vickers in that first game on Friday as this carried out to center. It's a great ride by Masoni, but Fawcett has just enough space in front of the center field fence, and the inning comes to a close. But Drexel gets on the board first. 1 run on a pair of extra base hits. The big Drexel junior Lindsey Nelson pitching with a lead, and she's going to try to carry the Dragons to what would be their biggest win of the season. Drexel team that is 8-5, winners of 7 in a row. And trying to close out what would be a 2-0 weekend here in Jersey.
Especially against a Scarlet Knight squad who's 10 games over 500.
That's right. Leilani Chavez at the plate, and she takes that one right on the edge of the zone. Strike 2. It's Chavez, then back to the top of the order for Sand and Linkavage. Pitch. Just missed off the plate.
This first at-bat here by Chavez, I think, is going to make or break. I mean, maybe not, but I think it could make or break how this inning could go. Here's why. Again, 2 innings. In the second inning, get a great opportunity. If she doesn't get on base, that could tell what happens.
Runs inside as Chavez works herself back into the count.
And again, Nelson's just having a great start thus far. Got out of the jam in the bottom of the second inning. If she gets Chavez here, she can start something going on fire. And the offense has already provided for her early on. They've got the run. They could have gotten 2, maybe 3. They did. Rutgers did get out of the jam last half inning. But if Nelson can keep dealing here 3 in and possibly keep that going on, that could be the narrative the rest of the way through.
Payoff. It's pulled to first base right at DeMayo. Chavez having to make some 2-strike contact, and she grounds out for the first out here.
Now we're still able to sail out the way through.
First pitch to Kylie Sand is off the plate for ball 1.
But just great, but again, Nelson has phenomenal control, phenomenal poise, and again, especially those inside pitches, she's able to trap the hitter and force a play like we just saw last batter.
Sand drops the bunt. It's going to be a very tough play. DeMayo to first, not in time. Sand has the wheels, Big Ten's leader in stolen bases, and she gets aboard for Rutgers' second hit of the day.
That's very important for Rutgers right there. Drops down the bunt. She knows the utility of her speed. Sand, that is. Took full advantage.
Now Linkavage, as that one misses low and away.
For Linkavage, a batter over 300, she really has to get something going here for the Scarlet Knight squad. She's been one of the pinnacle hitters early on this season for Rutgers. And again, you have this good pitcher. You have a great runner on base for your team. You got to get something going here in this inning, I would think.
Drexel paying some mind to what Sand can do at first. 16 swipes this year, 16 for 18. So nearly 90%. And this one's popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Playable, but Garcia can't get there. Had the mid on it and a step short.
Had a perfect vision, too, but yeah, it was apparently too hot to handle.
So new life here for Linkavage. And this one smacked out to right field. Great beat on it for Clinton, and she gets there. I mean, she had a perfect jump to track it down in the alley.
And I tell you, the wind, it's been impacting the way of this game. Unfortunately for Linkavage, the wind didn't impact to go over the head of Clinton out there in the outfield.
And Callaway slices this foul. Looked like Sand was on the move on that first pitch to Callaway.
Oh, she jumped. I mean, she jumped like a rabbit out of a cage. She was ready to rock and roll. And Dom, you mentioned a 16 of 18 when it comes to stolen bases. When she sees a green light, she speeds past it.
Oh, 1. Missed low in the zone. Now, Alex touched on the difference between Vickers and Nelson. Nelson not as much as of a strikeout pitcher. She pitches to contact more. But just 3 walks issued by Nelson in 21 innings of work coming into play today.
Wow.
As that one's at the knees, Sand on the move, and she's in there safely. So it's a 17th stolen base for Kylie Sand. That leads the Big Ten among the nation leaders. And it gives Callaway a 2-out RBI chance.
Let's watch it again. I mean, absolutely on the move, on the pace, and stretching out the left hand there to officially get that stolen base. Picture perfect texture, and you can't write that any better than that.
So some wisdom imparted to Callaway. The 2-strike pitch, and it's guided through the left side. Sand gets the whirl around. Play at the plate, there won't be. Sand slides in safely, give Gabby Calloway an RBI single, and Rutgers knots the ball game at 1.
That's exactly what Rutgers needed and what Calloway needs specifically. Even a throw at home plate. That's phenomenal for Rutgers and this Scarlet Knight squad, who's had a pretty good weekend and a great season thus far. That's a big run right there in this really competitive game early.
Now Maddie Lawson. It's 2-0 count. So Rutgers finally breaks through against Nelson on a bunt single and a little poke between the third baseman and shortstop. That's on the outside corner, 2-1. For Calloway, by the way, that is RBI number 27 on the year. Second most in the conference, and 14 of those 27 have come in the last 7 games now for Calloway, who's really finding herself in a groove.
I tell you, you mentioned that, and when you mentioned the 6 stolen bases for Sand, Kylie Sand, she has 17 on the season now. 6 of them came in this weekend alone. Had 11 to begin with, but those 6 are pivotal to develop a player, especially for Big Ten play where it matters the most.
Lawson sends Missoni into the hole, throw over to first in time, and the inning is over.
The wind, it's impacted everybody today, this game especially. I think that's the ultimate example. And if you lost a hot dog or a pretzel or what have you, hopefully they reimburse you.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, but hopefully they do.
Hang on tighter next time. Lesson learned. That's it.
Look, Vickers is going to the dugout for a second here.
Yeah, she's going to swap out. Maybe it's the pitch card.
Uh-huh.
Standing outside in the cold. We've had some nice days too, but lots of hard work from them. Some early mornings too on what has been spring break. Well, this one's guided out to right field. Playable though for Chavez. Interrupting story time, 1 away. But just to wrap up that point, seriously, to our crew, a big thanks.
Absolutely.
Spring break for the students who are part of our broadcast crew, so much appreciation to them for helping to get these broadcasts on the air. And it's been a fun weekend of softball. We do have a couple more innings of this one as Rutgers rounds out the start of its season, the start of non-conference play with this softball tournament. So DeMeo retired, and now Ashley Errico at the plate as she takes ball 1. Drexel trying to get back at Jaden Vickers. A couple of hits from them in the 3rd inning. The Garza home run. Double from Abenizio as well. But couldn't drive her in with 2 chances.
And if they get at her, it's really going to help Lindsey Nelson out when she comes back next half inning.
1-1. That's off the plate. Errico on the season thus far is the big bopper. 5 home runs, 15 RBI. And a lot of those have come in the last couple of games. 4 of the home runs, 10 of the ribbies have come in the last 4. Starting to find her swing on this Drexel team that has put together 2 pretty good years as of late. The last 2 complete years, winning seasons. Going to the conference semifinals both years as well. One of the better programs in the Mid-Atlantic area. So quick chat between Wingert and Vickers to deliver the 2-2 call. And it's a breaking ball that has Errico way out in front.
That's phenomenal stuff there. Great chat, get the situation going, know what you're throwing. And Vickers, again, after that home run, she's settling back in. She really is indeed. That pitch is phenomenal, forcing her to go, swing on the outside corner. And overall, that's a big strikeout. 2 outs now in the top 4th. And again, if they retire the side here, Rutgers goes back to work, and Lindsey Nelson, we'll see how she responds.
Now Megan Travel piece. There's strike 1. Now something to keep in mind for Vickers as we go along here for the rest of this ball game. A little bit of history for her on the horizon. 2 strikeouts today, so she is up to 196 for her career. Vickers is. If she gets to 200, she will be the 10th Scarlet Knight in this program's half-century history to collect 200 strikeouts. One of the other 9 is her classmate, Ashley Hitchcock, who did that earlier this season. Goes up the ladder for strike 3, and she gets a pair of strikeouts here in the 4th.
197 now. Dancing to it, too.
Oh, what song was it? I did not write
I don't know. It was just a great beat.
Dear.
It's a good beat to it. I don't know what the song was. I couldn't pick up easily, but it was a nice beat to it. Seemed to really enjoy it. I danced myself. I busted a move.
There you go. Taylor Fawcett's at the plate. It's a 1-1 count. It's Fawcett, Kayla Bach, and Katie Wingert due up here in the 4th inning. Fawcett almost had a hitter first time. That fly out to center field was the result of, or the fly out to center field ended in a great play by the center fielder, Abenizio, diving catch in left center. Rutgers trying to continue some of the momentum it collected in the 3rd. A couple of singles to push across its first run of the day. As Nelson deals and misses upstairs, 2-2. Pitch. Just missed. A little high, maybe a little off the plate. And the count is full for Fawcett.
Man, that Rutgers bench likes to make a lot of noise. They're singing, they're dancing, they're having a good old time, rallying on their teammates. Man, still busting moves out there.
Well, that one's yanked a mile, but it is foul.
Busting moves and almost busted a clobber home run.
Yeah, almost. In front a little bit there with Fawcett. Nelson will try another 3-2 pitch to Taylor Fawcett. I missed upstairs. Well, she does not do that a lot, Lindsey Nelson.
It's the 4th walk you said this year, right?
Yeah, it's the 4th walk that Nelson has issued in 24-plus innings of work. And a nice job there by Fawcett, who fell behind early, getting back in the count.
So let's see what they can do here. It's a tie ball game, deadlocked even. In the 4th inning, it's midway through.
Fawcett on the move, the throw, not in time. Stolen base for Taylor Fawcett, and we'll see if that turns out the way the 3rd inning swipe did, which is putting Sand in scoring position and getting a little knock to bring her in.
Kylie Sand, now Taylor Fawcett. If the knock brings it in, there's 2 great ways to score. Speed, basic chip shots, basic softball here against a pretty good pitcher.
And now Bach bunting and pushes it between the pitcher and first. The shovel just barely in time. It was almost disaster with DeMayo and Nelson coming in, and Erico a little slow getting a second.
Even a sac fly could work out possibly.
Yeah, that's all Katie Wingert needs here. So infield comes in for Drexel as Wingert takes strike 1. Nelson will try to buckle down here. What has been a good season for her. Going toe-to-toe so far with Vickers. Breaking ball sneaks in there, strike 2.
Got to protect the plate here. It's crucial, especially if you want to pull ahead right now.
Pitch. It's just missed. That's a tough take from Katie Wingert in a 2-strike count. And this is fouled off. Wingert with that 2nd inning double, hits in 4 straight games. Really getting the bat around in her first full season back. Fouls that pitch off herself.
She's staying calm. She's staying, consistent, poignant, making sure that she's ready to go here. And again, she's just fighting off. She's making Nelson really work for that 3rd strike.
1-2. Wingert back in the count. Pitch. Skied shallow left. Trival piece squares it up, makes the catch. Here comes Fawcett. And the throw's cut off. Sacrifice fly for Katie Wingert. Taylor Fawcett scores the go-ahead run. Rutgers in front 2-1.
Well,
So it's walk, stolen base, sac bunt, and sacrifice fly to manufacture the second run here for Rutgers. And now Megan Herka at the plate with the bases empty. It has not been gaudy, at least not today for Rutgers. Just a couple of hits. Nelson has pitched pretty well. But Rutgers has had 3 chances to score, and it's done so in 2 of them. And Herka puts this right back through the middle. There's a base hit. Good contact hitting there from a slugger in Herka. And Rutgers back at it with 2 outs. Now with Stanley trying to come around to the form she was in last year. A well over 200 hitter as Nelson starts her off with strike 1. If Stanley can continue the inning, you send up one of the hottest hitters in the Big Ten in Sand, who scored that first run an inning ago. Well, Lane on the move, and Garcia can't receive it, so it'll be a stolen base. So Rutgers 3 for 3 on swipes, and once again, the table's set.
Little roadrunner action right there. Good stuff indeed. Yeah, steal, swipe, advance the runner. 3 for 3 on stolen bases.
Rutgers as a group has been pretty successful on those. Entered play today better than 80%.
Can they produce another run off of it?
And that is foul. Just tucked down the line. Nelson has a 2-strike count. Again, she's not a big strikeout pitcher. Has one today of Gabby Calloway. Averages a strikeout about every other inning. But looking to get out of further trouble in the 4th. Missed it off the plate. The throw to third. Lane is on the move, and she's in safely. 2 swipes for Taylor Lane, and some insurance 60 feet away.
You can't write that any better. Oh my golly! From first to second, from second to third, they got rapids all over this field, and that's still number 4 of the day. Out of 4 attempts.
And now with Stanley sends it a mile high behind third, and Missoni is there to make the catch. So Lane able to move herself to third, but Rutgers can't bring her in. It is a productive inning still for Rutgers. They played the go-ahead run on 1 hit. Chavez back in right field. And it is Garcia the hitter as Vickers starts her out with strike 1. Rutgers 2 runs on 4 hits. Drexel a run on 3 hits. Big hit, the home run from Mia Garza. Put the Dragons on top in the 3rd inning. Since then, you've seen the 2 Rutgers runs. Some small ball from the Scarlet Knights.
Small ball, but big action. Big impact. That's what it's had thus far, Dom, here. 2 unanswered, especially off the base path. Those legs, those runs. 4 of 4 when it comes to stolen base attempts, and that's led to the 2 runs they have.
Vickers deals an 0-2 and missed upstairs.
And for Vickers, again, I mean, the offense provides. She gets more comfortable. She starts to wheel and deal. And ever since giving up the home run in that double, it's had no problem since.
1-2. And this one smacked just past Sand at short into the alleyway. Could be 2, and it should be for Garcia. She slides in front of the tag. Great piece of hitting from Savannah Garcia, and Drexel ready to go here to start the 5th.
Well, I think I just jinxed it right there, but we'll see how it takes place. That's a big double in the gap over the head of Kylie Sand. And let's see how it impacts here. Can Vickers respond? Can Vickers truly keep it a 1-run game? Or is Drexel going to take advantage again with the big bats? Can they find the weakness?
A good stroke from Garcia. You can't blame her for the excitement. 2nd double of her season. And now here's Garza.
Who hit the home run?
Yeah. It was a fastball high and tight. Garza kept the hands in and stroked it. Right on cue with Garza at the plate. The wind comes gusting in once again. Blowing out to left field today as Garza takes strike one. Worth mentioning, too, for Mia Garza, that home run, her first career home run. And she gets under this, but a bit too far under it. And tracked down in right field for out number one.
It's a big out there. And again, Garza, who took advantage of Vickers earlier on, she gets payback for it. Gets that first out. Runner at second base still. They can keep it going like that, and Vickers, again, learns to, continues to respond, continues to push it like that and force those pop-ups or those inside pitches. It could be a quick inning once more, and the double could be forgotten about.
Now Maddie Capsamalis, and she takes strike one. Lefty on lefty. That missed a little low. Ball and a strike. Pitch. Tapped foul. Now this is what Vickers does best, get strikeouts. Capsamalis, the DP, will try to fend this off. Takes. And just missed the zone. Good take there by Capsamalis, 2-2.
Again, you mentioned earlier, near 200 career ones. She's got 197 as we speak. She got it here in this game somehow. Be a big way to do it.
2-2. Pulled on right to with Stanley at first.
What a play. Read that like a book. Good golly. Liner over to the first base side with Stanley, wraps it up, snacks it. Has a little post-game or during-game meal right there with that catch. I'm sure she had a pre-game meal, hopefully. And big play that leads to out number 2 in the top 5. And it makes Vickers' life a bit easier.
I still have to get through Abenizio here in the 9 spot, who doubled her first time up. Worth mentioning, it's been 4 hits today for Drexel off of Vickers, who, as we've talked about, has been tough to hit this weekend. 3 of the hits have been extra base hits. The home run, a pair of doubles. And Vickers falls behind 2-0.
Looks like a mound visit about to take place, Dom.
Yep, Bryn Dordell, the Rutgers pitching coach, out to chat with Vickers in the circle.
Run ball game here.
That's Garcia at second with a leadoff double. Back to action for the 2-0. And that time missed inside. So if Abenizio reaches, you've got Sarah Clinton, better than 300 hitter, leadoff hitter, due up next. Taken all the way, strike one.
Big pitch right there, and if he didn't get the strike, you got a runner on first and second with Clinton coming up, and that's pretty dangerous, but that strike there keeps it alive.
Pitch from Vickers, nice upstairs. So it's the first free pass that Vickers has issued today, and big spot here for Drexel. They saw Nelson give up the 1 run in each of the last 2 innings, but chance to score with 2 outs as Clinton comes back to the plate.
She got the first hit of the entire ball game to kick off this contest, and now she's got a great chance. Runners at first and second. There are 2 outs, though. So this is where, again, Duel the fates, I guess you can say. Where's this power grab going to slide?
Vickers having some trouble finding the zone in this last little sequence. Clinton is 1 for 2 today. That single started off the ball game. That's Garcia at second, Abenizio at first. 2-0.
Man, these Drexel players, they want it bad, and they know how Rutgers has been so dominant on the base path. The way they're jumping and the way they're trying to steal the bases, they're desperately trying to copy it.
There's a strike. Right down the chute from Vickers to try to work herself back into this.
And again, she's fallen behind again in a count, second straight time at least, and big fastball there to cut it in half. Let's see what she delivers next.
Pitch. Missed the release point there. It's a hitter's count.
She needs to get the full. Can't walk them. Hey, 2 outs, okay, fine. But you can't have the bases loaded with this Drexel team where momentum has shifted back and forth. They got the first run of the game. They're making Vickers work for this 3rd out. You can't get her on base.
This one smashed right center field. Fawcett to the wall, tracks it down. Oh, Sarah Clinton gave it a ride to one of the deepest parts of the park. But Fawcett got there on the track. Kylie Sands starts out the bottom of the 5th inning for Rutgers. Lindsey Nelson trying to keep this at a 1-run ball game as she works herself through the top of the order for the 3rd time.
Kylie Sands, like you mentioned, 1 of 2, 17 stolen bases, 6 within the past weekend, a few big ones here today. My golly.
Sand has hits now in her last 5 games, 9 of her last 10. Hitting better than 500 over these last 2 weekend tournaments. Rutgers last weekend was in Arizona, took 3 out of 5 there, and trying to take 5 of 6 in their first ever home tournament. As Sand takes strike 2.
Well, we'll see how she approaches this. 1-2, he's got to protect the plate now with 2 strikes on her. Trying to make Nelson fall in a quicksand trap, possibly.
Nice. 1-2 pitch. This one's pulled to right, but it's right at Sarah Clinton, who comes in and make the grab. So Sand is retired for the 2nd time today, and that'll bring up Peyton Linkavich. A little late life on that one. Well, it's a cool moment for Lindsey Nelson getting to pitch here in Jersey. Mentioned earlier, she's a native of Central New Jersey from just down the road in Old Bridge.
You believe Central Jersey exists?
It absolutely exists. We're not going to get into this conversation. We're going to waste the rest of the game talking about it. We are broadcasting live from Central New Jersey, Alex. Hate to break it to you.
Fair enough. I just call it Piscataway.
Oh, the town is Piscataway.
Oh, I know.
We're not getting into this. This is just not a matter for debate.
I'm from Long Island. I've got no say, to be honest with you.
Oh, good. Happy to inform you that Central Jersey does, in fact, exist. Nelson went to high school in Central New Jersey, in fact, Donovan Catholic. A great career there. 2-time high school All-American. Won a state title in 2019, non-public A. Won the Tournament of Champions, in fact, in 2019, her senior year at Donovan Catholic. And now in her 3rd year as a pitcher at Drexel. And in the midst of what has been her best season to this point. That's pulled foul by Linkavich.
No, you're right. Nelson again. Hey, she's down in this game. She's given up 2 runs, but she's been dominant. She only allowed 1 walk, like you mentioned. 4 hits allowed, but the 2 runs have just been, again, just the base pass and how Rutgers has been so dominant on that base pass base path to get those runs in.
Payoff. And then Kavich pops it up. Errico backs up for it, makes the grab.
And the ERA is just decent. How can I transition it to conference play where, of course, it matters the most for this team, like how Big Ten play matters the most for Rutgers and how conference play matters the most for any team whatsoever?
Drexel is a team that is going to factor in the Colonial this year. Lost a lot on the offensive side of things, but it's a very veteran pitching staff.
Right.
They've got a pair of juniors, a senior and a grad student for their 4 pitchers. And we've seen some of these plug-and-play players in the lineup make instant impacts. Players like Jackie Missoni. We saw Mia Garza go yard earlier today, too, another freshman. A 1-2 count against Gabby Calloway as Nelson looks to go 1-2-3 here through the top of the Rutgers order. Nelson deals, and Calloway fouls it off. The last time Calloway was up, stroked that RBI single that tied the ball game. 27 ribbies for Calloway, second most in the Big Ten. And goes golfing there, strike 3. Boy, Nelson had her way out in front. 2 strikeouts today in the homecoming for Lindsey Nelson, and doing what she can do to try to keep her team in this ball game.
If you take away the run, hey, it's a pretty good game to begin with regardless. And keep in mind, she's coming off that no-hitter like we mentioned several days ago. Might not have a no-hitter now, but that momentum is definitely carrying into this weekend, and here, especially today versus Drexel.
This will be 2, 3, and 4 that Vickers will have to deal with. Jackie Missoni starting it off with Christy DeMeo and Ashley Errico due up next. Missoni hitless today, a couple of flyouts to center. And she lays off that 1-1. Pitch. There's a strike knee high, and the count is 1-2. Missoni hitting better than 300 over her first two or 3 weeks of college softball. Pitch. Lays off that. A freshman was named Conference Rookie of the Week her first week in college softball. Drexel played in a tournament down at FIU. It's Florida International. 5 RBI, had a 2 home run game while she was down there. She's been ready to go from the jump. And I mentioned the fact that Drexel has more new starters than not in their lineup. 5 or 6, depending on how the lineup card shakes out. The reason why they've got a chance to do some big things this year is because of the instant impact of players like Missoni.
Absolutely. And again, when you get the chance and you capitalize, you're going to earn that spot eventually. If you earn it sooner than later, that's even better. And again, it continues to build up your reputation, the player you want to be, the player you currently are, and the player you probably will be by the time your 4 years are up, or even 5 now with the COVID extension.
Missoni's worked the count full and pulls this fair down the left field line, just past Linkavage. Missoni chugging for second, in there without a throw.
That's a big leadoff double right there. Almost took out the third base umpire as well. But regardless, that's a big play, a big hit. Again, Vickers responded pretty well last inning when she gave up a double. Let's see what happens this time. The problem, though, is that Drexel's running out of time. And let's say they do capitalize. Rutgers on the opposite end of the offense, they'll be running out of time as well. Let's say they fall behind or this game is tied.
So Masoni comes up with her third double of the season, and now Christy DeMeo at the plate. Now Masoni represents the tying run. DeMeo could give Drexel a lead back. And you've got Ashley Errico, the team's leader in home runs, waiting on deck. DeMeo still looking for her first hit, a ground out to short and a fly out to right so far.
Be crucial right here if she did it.
Right on the edge of the zone for strike two. DeMeo, a three-time first-team all-conference pick, back as a grad student this year. And Vickers looking to set her down with a 1-2. That's fouled back. Wind really whipping once again, out to left. The 1-2. Vickers misses high, trying to change the eye level there with the high fastball. Now a 2-2. DeMeo is on her. Battling this, in this at-bat. Vickers trying to navigate through the toughest part of the Drexel order. Bouncer. Vickers fields and makes the play at first.
Great awareness. Even though, you know, the runner advanced to third, it's a big out to get indeed. One out. Errico's a big bat here right now. If she puts it in play, you probably have a tie ball game. But this is a big out, a big play indeed. And Vickers, this could be the most crucial at-bat of the game, not just for her, but in general of this entire contest.
Well, like Alex said, this is the person you want up with a chance to tie the game. As Vickers blows one by for strike one.
Not just tie it down, pull ahead.
Yeah, Errico again, the 5 home runs and the team-leading 15 RBI. Also looking for her first hit of the day. Rutgers has the infield in, trying to protect the 2-1 lead. As that's pop foul. Masoni at third now, moving up on the ground out from DeMeo. It'll be an 0-2 pitch. And again, good layoff by a Drexel hitter, this time Errico. Not fooled by the high heat. Oh, foul tips, but Wingert couldn't hang on to it.
Watch it one more time. Just getting enough of that. Wow, just enough, and Winger, ball was too out the handle after it. Keeping it alive for Drexel right here.
Another 1-2 pitch. And it's fouled back again. Strikeouts have not come as easily for Vickers today as we have seen this season. Drexel's done a nice job putting it in play. And another tip foul. Wow. Erico just getting a piece.
Yeah, making them work for the third strike indeed, and this is do or die. She knows how crucial this at-bat is. Erico knows how crucial this at-bat is. Both teams know how big this at-bat is. Again, because this could make or break what happens. The power is all up for grabs here. And let's do it again.
The battle continues.
Duel of the fates, my friend.
Erico, it's been a breakout sophomore year for her. Somebody who had just one home run last year. And now somebody that Vickers is trying to collect this third strike on, but having a battle. Goes breaking ball, and Erico again fights it off. It's a very different approach. It's different success at the plate this year for Erico. Sort of like what we've seen from Vickers. And this is a good battle between two comeback players.
She's had more foul balls than the amount of napkins still on the screen over here, Dom. Still got 3.5. One's ripped, but she's had like 4 or 5 already.
Vickers tries again and missed away upstairs.
Ooh, great check there, opportunity. Oh my golly. Thought she could have stolen or possibly sneaked. Great check, great awareness. Let's watch it one more time. High ball, caught that there. Almost picked them off, and now, and if he got it, it would have been a big second out.
Two to Ashley Erico. And again, she tips it foul. Erico is on Vickers.
Yeah.
She's fouling him right back more often than not. That's often the sign that you're just trying to square it up.
I don't know what the pitch count is exactly for this at-bat, but it's got to be 8, 9, maybe even 10 at least.
Yeah, it's up there. Well, the umpteenth pitch of the at-bat. Strike 3 on the inside corner. Vickers takes out the paintbrush for out number 2.
What a way to get it. Cha-ching indeed. Got him looking. Let's watch it again. The underhand tossed a beautiful, wow, inside corner. And Erico goes down looking. Vickers, a big pitch. And we talk about strikeouts. It's career number 198 strikeout. That's a big one. That, again, could make or break this game.
Still a chance here for Drexel. Megan Tribalpiece now will have to do it. And we'll need some contact. We'll need a hit to try to get it done.
Watching Vickers, the motion again from that. What a beautiful angle, and watching her reaction. Yeah, she's happy. Yeah, she got it there. Phenomenal stuff.
Pitch. Another throw. Oh, it hits off of Masoni down the line, and here comes the game-tying run. Oh, Wingert snapped another throw down to third, and it hit off of Masoni's cleat and skipped into foul ground. So Jackie Masoni is in, and what may very well go down as an E2 ties the game.
Well, let's watch it one more time. That's a heartbreaker right there for Vickers and company. Winger, a poor throw. I understand keeping a check on the runner. She did a good job earlier doing it, but that throw is just poor, pretty badly executed, and that cost him right there.
And on the next pitch, Tribalpiece grounds out to end the 6th.
And we head to the bottom of the 6th.
But she gave up the scoring in the 3rd and the 4th. You saw the line there. I mean, it's pretty good stuff from her. 2 runs on 4 hits over 5 innings of work. And, well, her team able to do just enough there in the top of the 6th inning to get this square.
And again, the inside pitch is making her break in, really determining how she's been pitching. She's forced lots of ground out, pop outs, all of that. She has 2 strikeouts only, but the way she pitches, Dom, like you mentioned before, she focuses more on the inside pitches in order to get those ground out opportunities and just get those opportunities to trust her outfield, trust her infield. She trusts herself, of course, but she likes to put more trust in her team. That's what I picked up on a lot.
She faces the middle of Rutgers order here. Maddie Lawson, Taylor Fawcett, and Kayla Bach as Lawson bends that one foul. Lawson looking to get on for the first time today. 2-2. And guides this over to second, where Erico is stationed for out number 1.
Nice out. Great way to start the bottom of the 6th here. And again, you just tied the game off an unexpected error. Opposing pitcher, Vickers, great way to get out of a jam. A great strikeout. That unfortunate error cost your lead. You get out of it regardless, but hey, this game's been a break chance, a make chance, all of that has been so back and forth, and the seesaw continues to get heavier and heavier and swings back and forth the more we keep going.
Strike one to Taylor Fawcett, who scored what was the go-ahead run back in the 4th inning on that walk.
First and third base side's really, really creeping in.
Trying to guard against a bunt. Nothing going here for Fawcett, 1-1.
Garza, especially on that third base side, hit the home run earlier and maybe continue her solid success with some defensive work. We'll see.
And that's just foul down the line. Fawcett scored in the 4th with a walk, stole second. A sacrifice bunt by Kayla Bach got her to third, and Katie Wingert's sacrifice fly brought her home. It's been 2 runs off of Nelson, both small ball-esque. As she misses off the plate there, 2-2. That was Drexel who scored first in this in the top of the 3rd. Alex mentioned the home run from Mia Garza, her first career home run. Rutgers answered in the 3rd on an RBI single from Gabby Calloway. As Fawcett loops this over to short, Masoni is there, 2 gone. That hit off Masoni and scooted into foul ground.
Well, let's see what Kayla Bach here does. She takes the first pitch for a ball. And for Nelson, yeah, again, 2 big outs here. She keeps wheeling and dealing. Giving up the 2 runs, but still, 6 innings strong, about to make it 6 if she gets the out here.
On the inside corner, 1-1. Pitch. It's off the plate, and the count should be 2 balls and a strike, I believe. It's inside, and it was a 2-1 count, so now it's a 3-1. A box so far has been plunked and had that sacrifice bunt. Pitch. Jolts it. Foul.
Again, those inside pitches. On those kind, they're able to rocket it, but they can't rocket it in fair territory.
So, it'll be a payoff pitch to Kayla Bach. And missed low and away, ball 4. A couple of minutes separated from the error that brought in the game-tying run. Wingert has had 2 productive at-bats so far. She doubled in the 2nd inning, and then the sacrifice fly to score what was the go-ahead run back in the 4th. We've seen Wingert really come into her own here in this redshirt junior year. Hits in 4 straight. She is 5 for 10 this weekend. And guides this through into left field. It's a base hit. So it's a 2-hit day for Wingert. And Rutgers has a chance to grab back the run here in the bottom of the 6th. And Megan Herka is back in the game in his 8th spot in the order. Back in for Taylor Lane. Big spot here. And Herka on the day is 1 for 2. Had a single her last time back in the 4th. Pitch. Dribbler. Fumbled by Nelson. She can't field it. Everybody's safe.
Unexpected defensive error by Lindsey Nelson right there. She's been poignant. She's been dominant. Giving up the 2 runs, but still consistent throughout the entire game. You don't expect that to be the one way she's at least folded. She folds right there. Has a really tough time picking it up, and it leads to bases loaded with 2 outs.
She's got Orozco at third, Wingard at second, and Hendry, the pinch runner, at first. Lindsey Nelson kicks and deals. And it just missed. Ball 1. Now, all of this has happened with 2 outs. And Natalie,
I'm not going to 1 more pinch runner.
Yeah, Natalie Onan back at the scorecard, and they will pinch run for Wingert at second as well.
A smart move. Hey, catcher. Most catchers don't have great speed, but in general, this team is so speedy to begin with. Get your speedy players, get your fast players on there. And again, a game-tying, game-breaking situation like this, get as many speedsters as you can on the base path.
And it is Courtney Wild now at third. So it's pinch runners at every base. Orozco at third, Wild at second, and Hendry at first. After Wingert walked, or pardon me, Bach walked, Wingert singled, and Herka reached on the error by Nelson. And now it's a 2-0 count against Hura, the pinch hitter.
And if the inning continues after Hura, the speedster Kylie Sand is on deck.
Pitch, driven, center field. Abenicio in, right fielder Clinton is in, and she's the one who makes the grab. Now for a moment there seemed some indecision between Abenicio, Erico, the second baseman, but finally it's Clinton, the right fielder, who makes the catch. There you go. Now we do know it is Vickers in the circle, and she deals downstairs ball 1 to Savannah Garcia here in the 7th. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for the Dragons. Garcia, Garza, and Capsamales. Pitch. And missed inside, 2-0. Now, something that is worth mentioning, you may be able to tell a little bit at home, it is a cloudy day. I'll get to why that's relevant in a moment. First 2-0. That's pulled right at Lawson on the diving stab, and she makes the play at first.
What a grab. Stretching out with the glove, showing off the leather, sliding that baby over to first, and that's a big first out here in a crucial inning.
A big grab by the freshman. Coming up with the web gem to keep the leadoff runner off the base paths.
Watch it one more time. My golly, again, great stuff. Good contact. Just a better play defensively. On the knees, throws it over. Can't write that any better than what just took place.
And now Mia Garza, who had that home run back in the 3rd inning.
But you mentioned the clouds, though, Dom.
Yes, to get to that, the clouds. Starting to get a little dark out here at the Rutgers softball complex. Now it's 5:30 on the East Coast, but there are no lights here at the stadium. So you wonder about that. And there's another look at Garza's home run back in the 3rd.
Right, absolutely. And again, wheelhouse for any hitter, clobbered it. Crucial at bat. It's showing here now.
Vickers is ahead at 0-2. Is it a put away? Yes, it is. Garza offered strikeout number 5 today for Vickers, and 2 quick outs to start off the 7th.
Well, you mentioned those clouds, Dom. There might not be lights. It might be a little darker. Let's watch that strikeout one more time. Check swing, definitely went around. She'll be retired off that. But, hey, with daylight savings, springtime starting tomorrow, I can see it staying out till maybe 6:37 maybe. Possibly it could be a push, but it could be dark by 6:30 the earliest.
Something to keep in mind. Innings numbered here in the final game of this 4-game afternoon. And now Maddie Capsamales floats it over to left. Callaway makes the catch. Oh, Gabby Calloway tracks it all the way in, and some web gems behind Vickers to get through the 7th. Pitching here on home turf. But Sand has been a red-hot hitter. 1 for 3 today, hitting about 600 in his 4-day tournament.
She wasn't too thrilled with that first strike call, but we'll see how she responds after the 0-1.
After Sand, it's Peyton Linkavage and Gabby Calloway. Nelson deals. Now Sand shows bunts, but got a piece of it.
2 strikes now. Defend the plate. Let's see how she does it. Able to work out 0-2s or counts to begin with. And again, if she gets on base, that's crucial for Rutgers. Because again, she's a speedster. She's phenomenal on the base path. Rutgers has been a perfect 4 of 4 in that category. That could determine what happens.
Rutgers had a prime chance in the 6th inning to get the lead. Some 2-out magic with a walk, and then a single, and then an error by Nelson. But the pinch hitter, Kobe Hura, flied out to right to end it. And 2 straight upstairs now to make the count 2-2.
See, fighting back. Down 0-2, 2 quick balls, fighting back, evening things up at 2 apiece for now. We'll see.
Pitch. Smacked through the left side, just past Garza. Kylie Sand, yet another knock on what has been a great weekend for her. Her first weekend at Rutgers, 120 pitches. Now Peyton Linkavage squares to bunt on the first pitch to her, and it's a foul ball. So Drexel gets a fresh arm in to try to get through 2, 3, and 4, all while Sand, the conference leader in stolen bases, stands at first, with Rutgers clearly very eager to get her moving on more than just contact. Pitch, bunted. Over to first, DeMeo plays it straight up, and now Sand off of second, heading to third. She's out! Oh, Sand over-aggressive over at second, tagged out at third. Oh, Butler and Sand are pointing back at second at something.
I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to take a second look.
Yeah, let's see. Well, again, the bunt wasn't the best, but the out is made at first. The complaint could be, I don't know, foot was off the bag maybe?
Well, no, immediately Sand pointed back at second as she came into third. Strayed from second and retired, trying to advance to third.
That's a tough break for Rutgers. That's tough right there. And again, when you got your fastest player, your best base stealer on the base path there, and that happens, double out too. Well, that's tough.
Here's Gabby Calloway, who walked it off in a run rule game yesterday in an 8-0 win over Holy Cross. Chance to do it again here, but quickly in an 0-2 hole.
Well, again, she has to defend, and she's been a big bat all year. She's been one of the best offensive players. This is going to prove, not completely, but can prove why she is one of those top offensive players.
Shable ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Pulled right over to second. Errico fields it, and we have bonus softball coming up.
Let's see how she responds to kickoff extra innings play.
This is Grace Abanizio at the plate. You do get the extra runner over at second here in extras.
Hold the phone. Someone's shaking up for Rutgers.
Yeah, that is Maddie Lawson, who just got hit on the snap throw down to second. Pitch, and it's bunted foul by Abanizio. The runner at second, by the way, is a pinch runner. That is Alana Backstrom getting the chance to run there. So it's 1-1 count. Bunted, Linkavage gloves it. Oh, what a grab by Linkavage. Great reflexes.
Oh, once again, this team is not afraid to show off the leather. And also the flexibility. Not just making the catch, but stretching out for it on a bunt like that in foul territory. I tell you, Dom, if I had a hat, I'd tip it again. I would use yours, but it's too cold out here. What a play. Let's oh my God, one more time. Stretching out, hauling it in. Absolutely, ring 10 bells. Give her a salute.
On out of the top of the Drexel order, this is Sarah Clinton. Clinton 1 for 3 on the day with a single. It's Missoni, and then if the bat gets that far, DeMeo. 0-1. Ball on a strike. Pitch. Missed the zone, just off the plate. Yeah, it's a 2-1 count. Vickers has retired 7 straight. And she gets the strike call that time.
That's a big call on the outside corner right there. Big indeed, 1 out. She retires Clinton again. Two outs, runner on second like you mentioned. They got out of this, and then Rutgers, again, they've got the same advantage right there with the runner on second when they start the next half inning. We'll see.
2-2. That's punch foul. Now keep in mind, Vickers a strikeout away from 200 in her career as well. But the more pressing concern for Rutgers is trying to get the bats back with a chance to walk off as Vickers tries to post a 0. Pitch. Oh, it's to the backstop. And that'll give Backstrom a chance to advance to third. On the wild pitch.
Yeah, tough throw. Tough throw, just lost the grip of the ball right there. And you can tell, hey, she doesn't seem tired, but that one, maybe she was a little, just lost the handle. When you're throwing over 115 pitches, Dom, that arm gets worn out. Oh,
and this one's walloped to center. Fawcett back on the track, makes the catch, but it is plenty to score the run. Backstrom is in on Sarah Clinton's sacrifice fly, and Drexel in front 3-2.
So even though Clinton's 1 of 4 right now, she gets the first hit of the game. She now has the go-ahead sac fly to put Drexel up 3-2.
That was a couple of feet away from a 2-run dinger.
And almost knocking off our camera over there.
Yeah. Now Jackie Missoni with nobody on and 2 outs. At the very least, Drexel has done enough to try to hold serve here.
I'll tell you this, regardless of who wins this game, it's been a dogfight, it's been a great matchup since the beginning. And again, with Rutgers, with so many opportunities, so many chances blown, 2 unanswered runs scored by Drexel. The fact that that second unanswered came here in extra innings tells the tale right there.
1-2. Drexel trying to extend their 7-game winning streak. Team that started the year 1-5, but has been really good since then. And Rutgers looking to take 5 of 6 in this home tournament. Pitch. Missoni back in it.
Someone's going to walk out here eventually with a win. You mentioned about those clouds, Don. We'll see how much time we have left. If it gets to that point, of course.
Vickers deals a 2-2. Swing and a miss. 200 career Ks for Jaden Vickers. See if Rutgers can respond. Maddie Lawson, who got shaken up there in the top of the inning, leads off. Gabby Calloway at second as Lawson gets the bunt down well, and the throw to second is in time. So the sacrifice works exactly how you want it to. Calloway 60 feet away, and Taylor Fawcett with a chance to tie the game.
So Fawcett again scored the second run off her legs. She played a crucial role in Rutgers having the lead to begin with early on. Let's see if she can use the bat this time to tie it up again.
Jessica Schabel in for a full inning of work here. Schabel came in to replace Lindsey Nelson, one batter into the 7th inning after Kylie Sand got on and was able to get out of that without allowing the walk-off run. Now 2 bad ones from Schabel. It's a 2-0 count. Fawcett, all told today, is hitless in 2 trips. Also has a walk and scored a run. Pitch. Pulled foul. Now Rutgers, I've lost count of how many times they've gotten out in front or been behind on pitches that have been hit well down the left field line. Foul.
Too many. And whether it's Nelson or the relief, I mean, I tell you, it's just they know how to pitch inside to this team and force those fouls.
Breaking ball stays elevated. And see what Schabel does here on 3-1. If Fawcett gets on, it is Kayla Bach waiting on deck. And of course, you've got space to put Fawcett on. Here is the 3-1. Popped up, and looks like it's going to get out of play. It comes into the stands right in front of us. Everybody okay? Got out of the way of the foul ball. Full count. Schabel looking for a big second out. Payoff. Grounded over to short. Masoni throw to first. In time, Callaway does not move. So it's an unproductive ground out to tie the game. Pitch. Bouncer. Up the middle. Sneaks into center field. Base hit. Tie ball game. Callaway comes home to score as Kayla Bach keeps the game alive.
Just what Rutgers needed, a little dribbler up the middle. They get that indeed. Fierce down to the plate and now ties it up.
And now Wingert swings at the first pitch and grounds out to short. Well, Bach strikes at the right time for Rutgers. Needed a hit in that instance, and Bach comes through. I want to say a big thank you to all of our
there's
crew.
V. What a guy he is. I tell you, he was so smiley and happy earlier. He still is. He's trying to be, at least, in this freezing cold. Vish is a great guy. He's been up there for 2 of the 4 games today, Dom.
That is Vishal Anandakumar, who is up on the lift behind home plate, offering one of the angles that we have on the cameras today.
Hopefully we still have a nice warm pizza for him when he comes down.
I'm not sure that's the case. Oh, here you go. Drexel has Jackie Masoni at second, and Christy DeMeo is the leadoff hitter here. Masoni struck out to end the top of the 8th. Sarah Clinton hit a sacrifice fly to tie that run. Swing and a miss. And it's a 1-2 count. Now Drexel was able to get the run home without collecting a hit in that 8th inning. And Vickers just missed it. That's a tough take, too, from DeMeo. Pitch. Fouled back. It's DeMeo, Erico, Tribal Peace in what has been a really fun game between Rutgers and Drexel. Good battle between 2 of the better teams on the East Coast and 2 teams that'll prove good tests in their conference. Now Rutgers starting off Big Ten play next weekend. Drexel starting off CAA play this coming weekend.
The thing is, we talk about the cold. The team they're playing is possibly the coldest team in the Big Ten, Minnesota. And Minnesota, whew, this is a breeze to them.
Fouled back. Another 3-2 coming up to DeMeo. Again, no lights here. So if I had to venture from the years out here, feels good about one more inning. I think one more team gets a chance to hit, and then after that, it is highly questionable. Payoff. I hit well, but it's a foul ball.
Is there a spread, a money line?
No, none of that.
Over-under on
no,
that chance?
No, absolutely not. Good battle here between Vickers and DeMeo. Pitch. Oh, came in and hit her. I ran in and hit DeMeo just short of the helmet, right on the left bicep.
The second wild pitch we've seen Vickers throw this inning.
So 2 on here with nobody out, and now Ashley Errico to the plate. And that is the first time that DeMeo reaches base today.
In a brutal way. Hard way to do it, but anyway, she takes the pain, she moves on. And it's a crucial at-bat again, a crucial piece on the base path right now. And for Vickers, I don't know. You would have to assume her day is done soon. Maybe now, maybe later. I don't know. She's still going. She's got at least over 130 pitches by now, I would say, Dom. She's got a whole bunch. We'll see how she rebounds after that. But again, another big inning, another big test, especially here in the extras.
A pinch runner for DeMeo as Errico comes to the plate and swings through strike 1.
Good start on that bat. You want to stay ahead as much as you possibly can.
The pinch runner is Brianna Alamio. So she's at first. Jackie Missoni is at second. Pitch to Errico. On the outside corner. It's a 2-strike count.
Wow. That's a intriguing call. And that's one Rutgers will happily take, no doubt. And out here would be a good start to possibly something good for the Scarlet Knights.
Pitch. That one missed outside. Errico has not reached today. She's got a pair of strikeouts and a pop out to the catcher. Another 1-2. Fouled back.
Over the head of Ish. Seems okay. Still smiling and happy up there, but he's got his nice coat, his mittens. Still working the camera. He's doing just fine.
Vickers tries again. I missed upstairs.
Another high pitch right there, Dom. And luckily it didn't hit the batter in Errico. But in general, you know, again, she's not getting. You don't see it that she's getting tired, but that arm, the more those high pitches, the more it starts to get worn out a little bit.
Yeah, Vickers is over 130 pitches. This is her 9th inning of work. 2-2. Errico battling, running the pitch count higher. There is Ashley Hitchcock. It's a good catch of her warming up down the third baseline. Maybe we see her. Swing and a miss. Vickers trying to handle the game all by herself. 7 strikeouts today for Jaden Vickers, and that is a big out number 1 in the 9th.
I think we might get the oh no, just some more baseballs or some softballs rather. Pardon me. But nonetheless, a big strikeout, career number 201 for her in Vickers. Looked like we could have had a switch at first when the umpire ran to the Rutgers dugout, but not at all. She'll keep going.
Now Tribal Piece. And fouls it off. Tribal Piece also hitless today with a pop out, a strikeout, and a ground out to second. 2 on, 1 out, top 9. And a 1-1 count. Good speed at both bases, too, for Drexel. Swing and a miss. Vickers 130 plus into this game. And still has the swing and miss stuff. One, two. Floated to second. Dive. Not caught. Fawcett throws to third. Out. Oh, what a heads-up play. Taylor Fawcett. Masoni had to stay put at second. And so Fawcett, reading the play in front of her, fired it to third where the force out happened.
Let's get a replay on that, hopefully. Yeah, there we go, indeed. And, oh, my golly, a tough play between the second base and shortstop area, right through both of them. Great play by Fawcett. Good awareness. Gets the out. Oh, my golly, and that toe drag as well. Phenomenal stuff to get the out, to get the second out, a big one. And all they need is one more to keep the game tied and have a chance to walk it off.
That's your routine 8-5 ground out. And now Savannah Garcia. Still 2 on here.
You call that routine?
Tongue-in-cheek, yeah. And there's not much you can do if you're Masoni, because if you leave second and one of the middle infielders catches that, you're out. It's a double play easily.
Sure. Right.
So now it's Alamillo at second. Tribal Peace is the new runner at first. And Garcia is 1 for 3 today. And the door is open for Vickers to post to 0 here on the top of the 9th. 1-1. Strike 2.
Crucial right now. Retire the side, get out of this jam, keep it scoreless, strand some more runners. That'd be a good storyline heading into the bottom 9, especially with the Scarlet Knights.
Pitch, grounded, and it is right at the first baseman. Scooped up there by Lauren Punk, inning over. And Jaden Vickers throws a scoreless top of the 9th with a pick-me-up from Taylor. Punk bunting again, it's popped up, and it's played by Garcia. And an unproductive first out.
Unproductive bunt, too. Hey, got the first one down, sadly rolled foul. Second chance there. Wasn't the prettiest. One quick out like that. 2 more chances. Let's see what happens.
To flat out to right her first time. Now she tries to bunt, pushes it to the third baseman, and Garza plays it over to first.
And that time the runner advances over 60 feet away.
Rutgers opting to go with the sack bunt, even though that gives them 2 outs, because I'm going to assume of who is up now. Kylie Sands, who has 2 hits and 4 tries today and is hitting 600.
This is a big at-bat.
Here we go. Shable starts her out with strike 1. This weekend, Sand has collected her first career home run, her first career 4-hit game, 12 hits over the 6 games. 0-1. Lays off. It is worth mentioning, too, after Sand, you've got Peyton Lincavage due up, who's a 300 hitter,
sure,
but is hitless on the day. Does that factor here for Shable? 1-1. Missed inside. Wingert 60 feet away, representing the walk-off run. 2-1 count with 2 outs. Sand bunts, foul.
Interesting. I don't know why she went for the bunt there, to be honest with you. But either way, it's a 2-2 count with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th now. And next pitch could determine whether we continue or whether we go 10.
Shable set for a 2-2 pitch. Oh, time called. That does not count.
Yep.
our home plate umpire called time. Whoa. Brian Sonak called time. I don't know who was the one that called time. So that is not a hit by pitch.
Right.
Yeah, she's saying I got hit for nothing?
One more time. Yeah, he called it. Called it and then got yanked with sand.
Now Shable tried to finish the pitch even though she was already in her windup when time was called. So after all that, she tries another 2-2. Pulled foul. Shable looking for her first strikeout of the day in what is now her third inning of work after coming in the 7th. The pitch floated down the line, foul. Again, I'll remind you, yesterday Rutgers, in a different circumstance, walked off to win it. Defeated Holy Cross 8-0 in 5 innings. Callaway hit the 2-run home run. This game, nothing like that game. Drexel has given Rutgers everything and then some. Shable looking to send this to the 10th. Sand looking for another big moment to cap the weekend.
And the umpire calls time again. Rutgers was hoping for a balk opportunity.
I wanted an illegal pitch. But it's not. Still 2-2. Shable set and now deals. And Sand pops it foul. Shable deals. Lined right field. Base hit. Ball game over. Kylie Sand walks him off in 9 innings. Game-winning single on a brilliant weekend. And Kylie Sand's first weekend in her home digs has been outstanding. Capped off with a walk-off win.
Absolutely, the Sand trap is complete. Kylie Sand, walk-off base hit.